Good morning, all. And this morning's video is a short one, but this relates to my prior videos and how I have never gotten a fundamentally fair and impartial trial and appeal or a real day in court at any time, anywhere, because I'm autistic. And when I tell these courts, lawyers, judges that I'm autistic, a couple of different things happen. One thing that happens is that the lawyers will file a motion to strike that my telling the court I'm autistic is irrelevant, immaterial, impertinent, and scandalous matter. Now, what law school or bar association is teaching these lawyers to do this, to file a motion to strike autism out of the record? That's a good question. And it's one that should be asked both by judges in these courts and when it comes to the attention of the disciplinary division of any state bar. The second thing that happens is they just ignore it. The judges ignore it. They skip over it. At most, you're going to get a judge that's sort of thinking about it who might say that the autistic person suffers from autism. They suffer from autism. Or they may say, which I think was probably the best and most intelligent response I've seen, but didn't do anything about it, that being autistic may impact the presentation of allegations and arguments in a case. Well, but then when the judge doesn't do anything about it, he's moving from having said that to ignoring the fact the person is autistic. And in most instances, when I tell a court I'm autistic, they just flat out ignore it. Ignore it, skip over it, don't mention it, don't talk about it. I can't raise it. I'm not allowed to raise it. They ignore it completely. Okay. So, I asked ChatGPT 4.0 the following question. When lawyers and judges state they do not want to know anything about autism and proceed with a court case, what does this mean? And ChatGPT came back and this is what it told me. When lawyers and judges state they do not want to know anything about autism and proceed with a court case, it can have several implications. 1, lack of accommodation. Ignoring information about autism may result in failing to provide necessary accommodations for the autistic individual. This can affect their ability to participate effectively in legal proceedings. 2, bias and discrimination. Such a stance may reflect bias or a lack of understanding about autism, potentially leading to discriminatory practices or decisions that do not take into account the unique needs and challenges faced by the autistic person. Fairness and justice. It raises concerns about the fairness and justice of the proceedings. Legal systems are expected to consider all relevant information, including an individual's medical or psychological condition, to ensure fair treatment and just outcomes. Violation of rights. Depending on the jurisdiction, ignoring autism could be a violation of the individual's rights. Many legal systems have provisions to protect the rights of people with disabilities, ensuring that they receive appropriate support and consideration in legal matters. 5. Potential for appeal. If the court's decision is adversely affected by ignoring relevant information about autism, there may be grounds for an appeal or a retrial, citing the failure to consider important aspects of the individual's condition. ChatGPT concludes, it's important for legal professionals to be informed and considerate of autism and other conditions to ensure that justice is administered fairly and appropriately. And here's ChatGPT's answer. Just so everyone knows, I'm not making this up. Here's my question. This is ChatGPT, and here's ChatGPT's answer. Right here. And so, that's my video for today. And I'm hoping to educate. I went to law school. I passed the California bar exam. But my peers in the hallways of law school, the majority of them were very hostile to me because I was autistic. That's not all of my classmates, but a lot, the majority. It's very hostile in law school among my peers. The professors were great. The professors are not at all like the judges in the courts or the other lawyers. There's a huge disconnect. Definitely, bar admission criteria and bar exams are not measuring law school to courts because of this autism problem. We know that. And I should be getting mentorship and respect from other lawyers because they're my peers and judges, and all I get is negativity, hostility, attacks on me for being autistic in the way I communicate mostly, but sometimes that autistic sensory behaviors don't make any sense to them. And every time I try to educate them about being autistic, I'm met with this just overwhelming response. They ignore that I'm autistic and what that should mean to them. So in the hopes of educating other autistic people, caregivers, autistic families, other autistics trying to go to law school and become a lawyer, the judges and lawyers I've been in front of, I have made this video. This is an extremely important issue. And I have raised it on appeal. And, well, as the First District Court of Appeal panel in Florida told me, that I didn't prove my being autistic was a true emergency. So I lost. And this is all just really wrong. It's really, really wrong. And so I do these videos. And if you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified of my future videos. Thank you for watching.